Familiar yet different. Two worlds collide and form this amalgamation. A far-off dream that's been realized. Welcome, dear viewers, to Raising the Bar Retail, Division 1. RTBRT started off as an add-on for Raising the Bar Redux, the famous Half-Life 2 beta-themed mod, but a year ago it was announced that RTBRT would become its own offshoot project that would take the retail game and overhaul it using the Raising the Bar Redux assets and its content. This is Division 1 of the game, which contains 3 chapters: Point Insertion, A Red Letter Day, and Root Canal. So let's take a look at each one of these and talk about the new and different nifty stuff they added.
No one is more deserving of a rest, and all the effort in the world would have gone to waste until, well, let's just say your hour has come again.
This mod has its own voice acting, and I gotta say, it's very well done. I especially loved how G-Man sounds here.
Wake up and smell the ashes.
Right off the bat, you can see the custom models on the citizens, the Metro Cops, and of course, the console. I think this is a recent or new model of the console that they made, cause I remember the RTBR console looking a little different than this.
What is the meaning of this? How did you get in here? It was Gordon Freeman.
The way they expanded this map is neat, especially where in the original game some places would be boarded up or closed, but now they're open and you can see the rooms and spaces they were obstructing before. I also like that they didn't go overboard with the new assets. They could have easily filled up rooms with random junk, but the overhaul is much more calculated, meaning it's not just a reskin of the original layout, but much more of a subtle upgrade.
About that beer I owed you. It's me, Gordon. Barty from Black Mesa. Hey, sorry for the scare. I had to put a show on for the cameras.
One thing this mod does is play with your muscle memory in a way. Like here, I knew I had to stack the boxes and jump out the window, right? But the window was boarded up, meaning that's not the way to go. Instead, we pressed a button and that opens a chute that leads us into the underground area. This place had an eerie and horror vibe to it. Also, this is what the mod will do throughout and I like it. Old familiar routes will either be changed or blocked off and new expanded areas are introduced. This gives you a fresh experience and also replayability when there's multiple routes to get to the same destination. Another thing to keep in mind is that this isn't made by the exact team that's working on RTBR. This is a different team of modders. With that in mind, I have to say they did a fantastic job at keeping the atmosphere like how it is in RTBR, and just in general how the mood feels. It's not the stereotypical dark skies, gritty textures, and depression. I would classify this rendition of the beta concepts as much more grounded or realistic, I guess. More folded into the retail side of things than those super dark concept art pieces, which I guess is the literal purpose of this mod. Earlier we had mods like Beta Aesthetics, which just replaced the textures and models, but here it's a full-fledged project that gives you a lot more to explore. Sure, the new areas aren't as big as the original maps themselves, but I prefer it that way. The new areas do just enough to feel a part of the world rather than taking it away from the world and feeling disconnected. Man, I was flabbergasted by the skyline. It looks so good. I like how they mixed in the American style buildings with the European style ones. I personally would prefer if they stick to one of the styles, but this works. The expanded skyline also gives a better idea of how big City 17 actually is.
We better hurry. The Combine can be slow to wake, but once they're up, you don't want to get in their way. Dr. Kleiner said you'd be coming this way. I don't think it occurred to him that you might not have a map. I'm Alex Vance. My father worked with you back in Black Mesa.
Alex uses a modified model of her RTBR appearance, main difference being her hair is black instead of red. Next comes the usual, meeting Kleiner, getting the suit, and then teleporting. While I did notice some small details in the lab, overall it didn't change drastically. One thing I do have to mention though, For some reason, the ambient stings and loops were way louder than the voice lines, so for the creators of the mod, definitely check out the mixing of the audio and maybe turn down some of the more louder ambient loops that play in the background.
Oh, the Citadel's on full alert. I've never seen it lit up like that. Get out of City 17 as fast as you can, Gordon. Take the old canals, right? They'll get you to Eli's lab. It's a dangerous route, but there's a whole network of refugees.
But yeah, Root Canal. This is where the meat and potatoes of the game starts. Right from this hallway, the changes are apparent. Then you take out the 2 cups, head upstairs, and guess what? The stairs are blocked off. But then there's a door that leads to this new place. This is the stuff I was talking about earlier when I said that the mod does a seamless job at adding in new places without making it feel too disconnected. Over here it reminded me of that mod, Dark Life 2, which unfortunately has gone quiet. Seeing this place at nighttime with a different coat of paint is awesome. Now here you would turn the corner, go down to the tracks, but whoops, it's blocked off again. Instead there is a new path to take which leads us into this area. Here we need to overpressure the gas pipes which explodes and that opens a way for us. Real cool shit. Though I did face a bug where some of the shiny stuff was way too shiny like this, but it happened very rarely though. And I love this pistol so much, man. It's one of my all-time favorite renditions of a USP match in a Half-Life mod. The canals get an update too. It's been widened. Very wide. Here we get the same treatment. I was hoping I'd go in and come up the ladder on the other side, but guess what? It's blocked. So once again, we need to take a detour. And I like that, honestly. Another thing that I have to mention is the use of alien Zen flora. It's been done pretty well and I like the colored lighting some of it gives off. This part was funny to me. It was a room full of barrels and I had no idea what to do. Cause as soon as the dude throws a grenade in, all the doors are locked. I died like 2 or 3 times before I realized I was supposed to throw back the grenade like a Looney Tunes character. It's hilarious. Man, I also really love these moving clouds too. This overcast weather I think is very suitable for the whole theme and mood of the mod. Now this part of Root Canal I'm actually not a big fan of. I don't hate it, but I always feel like it's a slog to go through. In this mod though, it did make me feel a little better going through it. First reason was the obvious texture and lighting changes. Second was all the new rooms and sections they added. Even though they didn't remove anything from the original layout though, they just extended the length of the chapter. But I will deduct points cause they didn't remove the 9 million man hacks Valve added into this map for some reason. I really hate man hacks. God damn. But yeah, man, there was like this combine barracks and the gunplay is awesome. It's satisfying thanks to the animations of the gun and how beefy they sound. This is a promising mod. There have been many of its kind before and there will be many after this. But this one does a great job at keeping the game both familiar and new at the same time. Thanks to the high quality RTBR assets they use, it improves the visuals a lot. Hopefully, by the next year or 2, we'll be seeing another division of this mod or maybe the full game, who knows. And our adventure ends right after we get to the airboat. Maybe in the next division we'll see Water Hazard, Black Mesa East and Ravenholm. It'll be awesome. And that's pretty much it for this one. Definitely check it out as it's a great take on the retail game with beta elements. You'll need to install RTBR Division 2 first to play this, by the way. I'll write the instructions in the description below. Thanks so much for watching and a big thanks goes to these beautiful benefactors on screen for supporting the channel. I'll see you in the next one.